In the murder trial involving the accused person is Diarmuid Phelan, the law professor, senior counsel. He's accused of killing Keith Bono Conlon in February 2022. Today was the closing speech of Sean Guerin, senior counsel. He is the defence counsel for Diarmuid Phelan. And what he's looking to do with the jury is create a reasonable doubt. Because remember, the standard of proof in a criminal trial is that the person is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Therefore, if Sean Guerin can plant a reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury, then they must acquit, and he will have done his job very, very successfully. Now, it's beyond a reasonable doubt, so he must create a reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury. Not any doubt, not a fanciful doubt, not a 1 in a million doubt, a reasonable doubt. So what he's looking to do is create a reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury. If he can do that, they must acquit, as I say, and he will be very, very happy, obviously, for his client, and his client, Diarmuid Phelan, will be obviously very, very happy as well. So that's what he's looking to do. What did Sean Guerin say to the jury today? Let's have a look at that. So what did Sean Guerin say to the jury to plant the reasonable doubt in their minds? Well, he told them that his client, Diarmuid Phelan, was facing imminent attack by trespassers who had told him, "You're fucked and they're going to get him." They were within a split second of doing just that, according to Sean Guerin, and Mr. Phelan had reached for what was at hand, his revolver. He fired 3 warning shots and was stunned when the third struck Keith Conlon. Mr. Guerin said that Mr. Phelan had no time to prepare or to think as the 2 trespassers advanced on him, and everything happened very quickly. The time it took to discharge the third shot in reaction to what was happening could easily be longer than the time it took for Mr. Conlon to turn his head, counsel said. So that might explain why Mr. Conlon, the bullet entered the back of Mr. Conlon's head. The prosecution case, he says, depends entirely on one explanation for the shot going wrong, aiming a shot intentionally in the direction of Mr. Conlon. Mr. Phelan denied any such intention and had said he had fired shots into the air in an arc from left to right. The shot that hit Mr. Conlon was 6 centimetres below his head, and the jury had heard rational, valid and uncontradicted explanations why a shot could go wrong and the revolver could shoot lower than intended, he said. Experts had given evidence in this trial that stress, the gun's light weight, repeated firing of it in short sequence and finger placement could all explain a very significant change in the anticipated point of impact. Mr. Conlon also appeared to have been coming up an incline, and doing so was bringing himself into the line of fire. The jury should consider the vulnerability of Mr. Phelan in the context of criminality on his farm over years, counsel said. There was a low-level, long-running siege of the property of the farm with periods of no offending and of intense and terrifying intrusions. What happened in February 2022 was an intense and terrifying intrusion. The judge then began her charge of the jury, and interestingly she said that she suspected few of them have experience of sheep farming, badger baiting, hunting or firearms, but that was not to say they could not assess the evidence in the case. Some matters, she said, might be unusual and possibly disturbing and can cause emotion, but they must guard against any emotional response to the evidence. The trial had been testy, she said, at times, but both sides conducted it very properly, she said. What counsel say about the evidence is their view, and this is very important, and the jury could disregard or adopt it, and any remarks counsel make about each other should be approached with extreme caution, and the jury should not engage with them. So that was Sean Guerin's closing speech to the jury. He's looking to plant a reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury Previously, we've heard from senior counsel for the prosecution, who has told the jury that they have basically seen all of the evidence and they have essentially proved their case, and that's their position. The judge will continue charging the jury, I think tomorrow, and then next week the jury will have to consider its verdict. So that's the latest. Hope you find the video useful. If you do, I'd appreciate if you give it a thumbs up down below, and you may be interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel, and you may also be interested in sharing it with somebody who might be interested in the channel. Thanks a lot.